In this video, we're going to talk about Amazon's employee benefits in 2024 and what you can do to maximize those as an employee. My name is Scott Caulfield. I'm a CPA and a CFA charter holder and the founder of Sophos Wealth Management. So Amazon's 401k plan is where most employees are going to be able to get the most out of their benefits. So Amazon will match 50% of your contributions up to 4% of your salary. Put another way, that means they will match up to 2% of your salary. So easy money first is make sure you're maxing out that match. But one of the biggest opportunities, probably my favorite thing for Amazon employees, is that they can access the mega backdoor Roth. So how this works is first you will make the maximum employee contribution to your 401k plan. In 2024, that is $23,000. Now, next you're going to take that Amazon match. And again, that's 2% of your salary. For hypothetical purposes, just to give you an example, I'm assuming a salary of $160,000. So that's going to be a $3,200 match. Now, the IRS limit for the overall contributions to a 401k plan in 2024 is $69,000. So what do we do to get to $69,000? This is where the mega backdoor Roth comes in. At Amazon, you can make additional after-tax contributions to the 401k plan. What does that mean? These contributions are not going to give you a tax benefit when you make them. So unlike if you make the traditional 401k where it's going to reduce your taxable income, these are not going to reduce your taxable income. However, because Amazon's plan allows you to make in-plan conversions of that after-tax contribution to a Roth, you can roll those contributions over into the Roth 401k, thereby completing the mega backdoor Roth. So let's just run through real quick what this looks like. Step one, you're going to maximize your traditional 401k contribution. And I will note that could be either to a Roth 401k or traditional, doesn't matter. But for a lot of highly compensated employees who want to do the mega backdoor Roth, traditional often makes the most sense. Next, you're going to get your employee match. In my hypothetical example, that's $3,200, but obviously that's going to change depending on what your Amazon salary is. Step three is making that after-tax contribution up to the federal limit of $69,000. So you just add up whatever you add up your $23,000, your employee contribution, plus the Amazon match, and the difference between those two and the federal limit is what you can make in that after-tax contribution. The final step is just converting those after-tax contributions to a Roth, and you've completed the mega backdoor Roth. So, in some cases, you're getting over $40,000 additional into tax-advantaged accounts. That is super powerful for retirement planning. So, one of my favorite things that you can do at Amazon. Next up is the RSUs, restricted stock units. Amazon has a fairly backloaded RSU schedule. So in year one, this is at least on higher RSUs for Amazon. Year one, only 5% of your shares are going to vest. Year two, it's 15. Years 3 and 4, it's 40% each year. And then those each occur 2 times a year. So it's actually like 20% each vest in those last 2 years. Now, because this is backloaded, that does mean your future compensation is heavily tied to Amazon's share price performance. Couple notes with RSUs. First one is think about the tax impact. So when those shares vest, Amazon and all employers are going to withhold at a 22% tax rate. If you're a highly compensated employee, 22% may not be high enough. So if your marginal tax rate, especially if your effective tax rate is much higher than that, you should probably go into Amazon's plan and adjust your withholding rate higher on those so you don't get hit with a nasty surprise come tax time. Now, the other big thing is what should you do with those shares when they vest? My blanket recommendation is always to sell your RSUs as soon as you vest, doesn't matter who your employer is. Here's how I like to frame the discussion. Imagine that this is just a huge bonus that Amazon's paid you. If you had, let's say, 50,000 of shares vest, So you should think of this as if Amazon gave you a cash bonus of $50,000. It's taxed just like a cash bonus. Selling your shares as soon as they vest essentially has no additional tax implication. It was taxed as ordinary income. There might be a de minimis gain or loss based on what the share price was from the day it opened versus when you sell it, but it's not even really worth considering. So sell it that day and there's no additional tax impact. So if you had that big bonus, say a $50,000 bonus, would the best use of that be putting it all into Amazon stock? Probably not. Even if you're going to invest 100%, which is great, you'd probably pick a more appropriate investment suited to your risk tolerance goals, etc. And as we already mentioned, a ton of your future compensation is going to be tied to Amazon's share performance. And I see all the time people who've just kind of held their Amazon shares a long time, and all of a sudden a huge portion of their liquid net worth is tied to their employer. Generally just not a great idea from a financial planning standpoint. Next thing you can think about optimizing is your health insurance. Now, this is going to be highly individual based on how heavy of a user of the healthcare system are. What are your healthcare needs? What does your family needs look like if they're covered? But a blanket kind of recommendation that I really like sometimes is the HSA plan. So a high deductible health plan paired with an HSA. Studies have shown that on average, the typical person will save money with an HSA plan versus other plans. And that's even better if you're an Amazon employee because they're going to kick in some free money to that as well. So not only are your premiums lower, but they're going to kick in money. So $500 if you're just covered by yourself, they'll kick into your HSA plan. $1,000 if they're covering you and a spouse, and $1,500 if it's a married couple with kids. So that's some free money, very nice. And HSAs are probably the most tax advantaged accounts out there. So your contributions reduce your taxable income. The money inside of the HSA grows tax-free. And when you use that money on qualified medical expenses, you don't pay any taxes when you take it out. So it's kind of the best of both like a traditional 401k and a Roth. It's kind of, they're called triple tax advantaged accounts. So really powerful, and I'm a big fan of those. But again, you're going to want to evaluate the different medical plans and think about your individual needs. So it's not always best for everyone. Some of the other benefits that you can get as an Amazon employee, there's not a whole lot you can do to really optimize these. It's just probably worth knowing about. So you've got life insurance up to 2 times your annual salary. This is just included as an employee. And that's up to $300,000. You've got disability insurance. So short term, they'll cover 60% of your salary, although not RSUs. Once you get past 180 days, you'll go on long-term disability, and that would cover RSUs as well. Pregnancy and parental leave. So for actual birth mothers, you can get 14 weeks of leave, and that's at 100% of your salaries. And during that leave, your RSUs continue to vest on their normal schedule. And then there's parental leave for any parent, and that is going to be 6 weeks of paid leave. However, your RSUs, the vesting schedule will suspend during those 6 weeks. So shift your schedule back a little bit. Those are the benefits at Amazon. Hopefully this video gives you some ideas of how you can optimize your situation and gives you a little insight into those benefits. There are certainly richer benefit packages out there, but especially with that mega backdoor Roth, there are things to think about in terms of how you can improve your savings. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with anybody else you think that would find it useful, and thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.